What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. So with Season 8 starting for Go Battle League, we end up seeing some changes actually to a couple of the moves. So as far as the biggest set of changes is concerned, it's mostly around poison type moves, which means that a lot of the poison type Pokemon end up getting a buff. And so with this buff, you end up seeing some poison types that are now being used in Go Battle League that simply weren't used before. Now, of course, with the moveset changes, you do see a couple of other Pokemon that benefited greatly. One of the biggest kind of poster childs is Pidgeot with the move Feather Dance, but it's actually temporarily revoked from Go Battle League until they end up making some adjustments. So we're going to see what ends up happening with Pidgeot. Very interesting situation. But regardless of that, a lot of content creators have caught on to the fact that Nidoqueen is an absolute monster. Now, for the most part, a lot of people have been using the Shadow Nidoqueen, which technically ranks a little bit higher than just the regular Nidoqueen. But in today's episode, I'm actually going to be using just the regular Nidoqueen because I had one ready. I had the secondary charge move unlocked. I already had it powered up to around 1500 CP, so that's why I'm using it. But we're going to be taking a look at 3 different battles. We've got some close ones. We've got some dominance of Nidoqueen, so I'm very excited about it. But anyways, if you do enjoy this video and you are interested in PvP, make sure to smack that like button and let me know what you would like to see next. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team. Like we said before, we've got Nidoqueen being the featured Pokemon, Poison Jab, Poison Fang, Earth Power. So we've got the move Poison Fang, which was updated in the new release for Season 8, and it's just such an incredible move. I think that without having that Poison Fang, it would be a little bit tougher for Nidoqueen to have a better performance, but we're going to be working with Defense Form Deoxys as well as a Return Sableye. So some expensive Pokemon, I know, but they're definitely good for like more of a long-term investment. So anyways, let's get into battle number 1. I'm currently ranked at the 12th rank, which is moving pretty quickly, right? But anyways, we're going up against a Ninetales here, a Alola Ninetales, and I genuinely was so worried about this matchup because I knew it was going to have the quick moves of Ice, which are super effective, and then it was going to also have Weather Ball, which was also going to be super effective as an Ice type move. So I was super worried about that. And then because I was able to get to the Poison Fang quicker, that meant that I was able to stay in the fight, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do. Of course, I did use the shield, right? But in this particular case, my thought behind it is, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stick in with this because I've got Sableye. I don't even want to mess with Alola Ninetales at all with that, just in case it's got itself a fairy type charge move. So anyways, going up against the Scrafty, able to hit it with 2 Poison Fangs, so lowering that defense there. And of course, just going to take it. And because we know that Scrafty has Foul Play, we're not going to come in with that Defense Form Deoxys. We do not want to be hit with a Foul Play. That's just taking on unnecessary damage for no reason here. So, of course, we're coming in with Sableye here, and Sableye able to tank that. So, Azumarill actually comes in. Now, in this particular case, I did go with a Foul Play, but it was just to see if I could bait out a shield. That's literally the only reason I used it. And fortunately, I did manage to get that. And then, of course, we've got the race off to Return. And for those of you wondering why in the world would they shield against a Sableye here, well, that's just because Return does so much damage here, which is why Return Sableye is just so good. So we're down to just Defense Form Deoxys here, and most likely going to be an Ice Beam, probably trying to bait out the shield here. So I'm definitely wanting to keep my shield if at all possible, just in case Scrafty is loaded up on energy. In this particular case, it might end up being a play rough potentially because they do have a lot of energy stored up, but I'm definitely wanting to hold on to that shield. So they did get a good swap here, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, good move on their behalf. But of course, we still have a shield left, so basically it's going to be impossible for them to kind of come back unless I just really mess it up. But of course, able to get to the Rock Slide here before they can even get to an Ice Beam for me to even have to use a shield. But GG's to the opponent there. That game felt pretty good, but I thought having the Alola Ninetales on the lead for the other team was a good kind of showcase for Nidoqueen here. So anyways, let's get into the second battle. Now, this particular battle, I absolutely should have lost it, but I think because of 2 mistakes at the very end, I was able to make a comeback. So it's sometimes you can play, you know, really good, but you just kind of have to do what you can, and maybe the opponent messes up. And I think this is one of those cases. As far as the original matchup with Galarian Stunfisk, yeah, this is definitely not a favorable matchup. So it's one of those that I'm going to have to be really careful of. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hit it with a Poison Fang, and then go ahead and rotate out to Deoxys, which is going to do super effective damage on the quick move. And then, of course, they come in with a Wigglytuff. Now, I'm glad that I decided to come in with Deoxys, because if I'd come in with Sableye, then I would have been toast up against this Wigglytuff, and it would have been able to take it out no problem, right? So, anyways, we're moving on with this, and I do like switching in with Deoxys, and it kind of worked out in this particular case. I want to save Sableye if at all possible, because it's going to be better at just my like general use kind of Pokemon. So anyways, the Wigglytuff ends up getting to its charge move. I'm just going to let Deoxys go, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to go ahead and develop a little bit with Nidoqueen and rotate out to Sableye once we end up getting in, because we know they're going to potentially come in with a move. I thought it was going to be Earthquake, but it ended up being a Rock Slide. So definitely a good shield bait there. And then get hit with, yet again, another Rock Slide. So definitely like that I was able to do the rotation, but yeah, they've already hit me with two, and then a third one. Wow, so they really held up a ton of energy on this one. I am going to have to block it in this particular case. So they still have a shield left. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a Foul Play, and then, of course, hope that I can get to another one, because as far as Nidoqueen is concerned, we don't have a favorable matchup with Galarian Stunfisk and a rotate out. This is bad news. Oh, this is such bad news. So as far as the rotation in, we've got a Azumarill. So we've got that move, the Dark type move, that's not going to do super effective damage up against it. But what do we got? We've got Nidoqueen. So Nidoqueen going up against Azumarill. I think that just having this type of matchup is immediately a huge benefit going up against the teams that you go up against, because so many teams use this Azumarill here. And of course, you know they're going to spam the Ice Beam, right? So if you've got shields, then you can easily take it out. But check this out. They use a Rock Slide. I thought it would have been smarter to go ahead and save up to another one, but they're probably thinking, you know, whatever. I can get to another Rock Slide. It's going to be no problem. So we end up hitting it with the Poison Fang again, and they end up using a Rock Slide. They probably should have just finished it off with the quick moves. So in this particular case, I think those were just two little minor mistakes that allowed me to kind of make the comeback here and able to get to the Foul Play. The Rock Slide would have taken me out, no doubt. But because they used the Rock Slide on Nidoqueen instead of just farming it down, I think I was able to win that one just because of two little minor mistakes at the very end there by the opponent. But anyways, GG's to them on that one. I just did not think I was going to win that one, and all the luck happened at the very end. But anyways, we can go ahead and get into the third battle. So for this third battle, we're going up against a Pokemon that is, I don't really know what to do with it kind of thing. And of course, with Nidoqueen being weak to the Psychic typing, I'm like, okay, yep, this is not a favorable matchup. Let me go ahead and get this one out here. So I could have swapped in with a Sableye, but Sableye would have been a hard counter, so I wanted to save it just in case they had another Pokemon. And I thought they were going to try to shield bait me with like a Thunder Punch or something, but no, they end up getting me with a Shadow Ball there, which is just so unfortunate so far. Definitely not looking good. Hypno is such a solid Pokemon, and you know, if I came in with a Sableye, like I said, I don't know what I would have been able to do to take out the Hypno, so that's why I went in with Deoxys. But unfortunately, just had to kind of sacrifice it. And then of course we're going in with Sableye here, so if they end up trying to hit me with something, then you know, so be it. But yeah, they ended up not being able to get to a move, so maybe it was just a one move Pokemon, and I just, you know, didn't know it, of course. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and hit it with a return. This is not favorable, but we're going to switch into Nidoqueen and hit him with a Poison Fang as quick as possible, and they're not able to rotate out or anything. It would have been such a great move for them if they could have rotated out. But we don't know what the third Pokemon is, so who knows? Maybe it wasn't going to be that great of a move. But anyways, we've got 2 shields left, so we definitely need to take that to our advantage. Once again, I'm just using Poison Fang. I mean, just lowering that defense is just so powerful of a move. So of course, lowering that defense there, and I thought, you know what, why not? let me go ahead and block this one since we have it. I didn't know what they were going to hit me with, but interestingly enough, they hit me with a Sludge Bomb. I thought a Frenzy Plant would have been the way to go, but who knows? Maybe they don't have Frenzy Plant. I don't know. It just feels like the Wild West when you're playing some of these first matches earlier on in the season, because you don't know what people have. You assume they have like top of the line, secondary charge moves, the most ideal moves, but it doesn't always happen that way. I got hit with a Surf Swampert, for example, instead of a Hydro Cannon. But anyways, here we go. We've got Nidoqueen, had a ton of fun with it. I'm not the greatest at switching out to new Pokemon. I've mainly been using Deoxys and a couple of other ones pretty much over and over and over again. So for me to try out new Pokemon, it was definitely a challenge, but I've had so much fun with this team that you end up seeing today. So far, I'm 8-0, but even if I were to lose a couple games, that's not going to be the end of the day by any means. I'm just basically having fun with it. And of course, I would love to know what you think about Nidoqueen in the comment section below. Have you had a lot of luck with it, especially early on, until people kind of figure out what to do with it? Definitely let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you're interested in PvP and want to have PvP discussions, you should definitely check out the link in the description to the Patreon page. We've got a Discord server where we talk about PvP, we talk about Pokemon Go. You can connect with other Pokemon Go players. So if you're interested in supporting the channel and doing that, make sure to check out that link in the description, and I will see you next time.